Right, Citizen Sleeper. Most addictive game. 50 cycles in! 50 cycles in! If no one's seen Citizen Sleeper yet, this is the news. Well, it's not new, but this is new for me. And for some of you, CRPG game that we're playing. It's a lot of fun. We're on a spaceship. We're exploring around it. We want to try and get off the ship. Kind of like an android, kind of sentient sort of android. But you can correct me on that. But yeah. We've got these dices that we keep getting, and then we can use them to do different jobs, get different data, sell stuff, and work out plans and form relationships. Try and get off this ship. Okay, leave. Oh wait, no, not leave. I want to go to bed. End cycle. Right, what dices have we got? And by the way, just a reminder, Friday we're kicking off GTA Summer. I'm doing a full playthrough of the GTA starting from 3 onwards. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I just had an idea of something actually. Wouldn't it be cool before we play a new game, if it's like an old game, we like react to the original trailers? Because do you remember when video game trailers used to be good? Like when they used to be a thing and they were good? That could be something. That could be something. Okay, we've got some good dices. When you find the relay, that was it. Let's use a 6. 100% positive. IPS2 ads? Yes, Jock. Yes. You look at the countermeasure on the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you grab the drawer, you likely have thousands of volts running through your system right now. You wince. Once you find the anchor points, it comes away easily enough. You prise it from the drawer quickly and quietly, and then listen for the footsteps in the corridor outside. Nothing, all clear for now. You slide the drawer open, looking for other countermeasures that might be inside, expecting to see a chunk of tech, the relay, but as you slip open, all you see is a handful of wires and an empty implant cradle. Is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment, unsure of what to do next. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? You remember Yannick having an implant, a small plate on the side of his head, just above his ear. You assumed it was hit for hearing or vision. Those shimmering glasses of his come back to you in your memory, his strange movements, his speech. You look again at the cradle, and there it is, printed on the frame. Proprietary technology, property of Erlin. Yeah, it's just like a disco game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's really, really good. I honestly got it for £1 on Steam. I got it for £1. Rabia said the relay moved, that they couldn't get a fix on it. What if Yannick was the relay? The thought hits you like a shock. Yannick, with a remote relay implanted in his head, networked to every single implanted enforcer in the low end. A shudder runs through you. Is he even in control? Or has SNARP wormed its way into the man? Could he even be considered separate from the corporation itself? You think of your own legal status as proprietary technology, a puppet with cut strings. Time to cut Yannick's strings then. You reach around inside the cradle and find it. A remote connection, a tiny bead of a transmitter, likely controlling the link to SNARP. There it is. You pause for a moment and then you squeeze it, snap it from the frame, and it crumples, sparks, and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the scream, and you are already on your way out, down the corridor, down through the unit that serves as the lobby to Yannick's office. Then out onto the walkway where Yannick lies still, and forces gathered around him bemused. Let's approach, let's have a little look. Disco Elysium was so revolutionary that it became a genre like Rogue and the creation of roguelike. Yeah, that's true. That is true. You push through the crowd and there he is still, crumpled. You arrange him a little, lie him down properly, feeling, I can see at the corner of my eye, puppet, feeling how thin his body is under his suit. That is how Yannick felt. You wonder how long he's been like this, a puppet for SNR. With the connection cut, nothing remains but his body, which means that Yannick, the man, was gone a long time before now. You place a hand on his chest, you are sorry for him, but it's done now. You did not kill this man. You've seen enough, the connection is cut, and whatever Yannick was or had could become is gone. Your anger is a hard core in your chest, and all of it is focused on SNR. Nice. So we need to wait a few cycles until Rabai is ready. So with these cycles, so cycles is days essentially. When we use all of our dices here, and when we use all our dices, we go to sleep basically, and then the next cycle, we get all new random dices. There's sometimes certain things where you have to match certain dices as well in. The higher the dice, obviously, the more powerful as well. So that kind of factors into how you decide what you want to do. We were looking over here before, weren't we? So we've got here a spoke exporter. What can we do here? Dice is always plural. Dice. Thank you. We can sell ship mines. Export Matsutake cat. Moving on. I can buy a ship mine core. Oh shit, I just remember we had to make money, didn't we? We need to make money. Yeah, we still got Neo vending. We need to find one final thing, but I can't find it yet. Right, this cycle we're going to make money. Oh, well, don't worry, I won't sell Neo Vend. Can you imagine? I mean, it would be funny. But no, don't worry, I will not sell Neo Vend. Right, so now we're just selling the data that we've collected. Can I sell components? I know that I can use them to tinker with myself now, but I need the money. I'd rather have the cryo. Money, money, money. Right, now what is the best way to get said money? Tambor, I can sell me data for Haven Age. %, positive. I'm going to stick that in there. Get my 24 cryo. Thank you. See? I've got it. I'm learning. I do a delivery. Only 25% negative. We're not going to get negative. We're going to be fine. 9 cryo, 100. I'm happy with that. And we've got 4. I'm going to put that 4 to here. One spoke climber. So when we put our dice in, we basically fill these thingy-majiggies. I'm so good at explaining. And then once we do that, we can basically go on to the next step, or we might meet a new character, or we might kind of further sort of progress in a story kind of relationship with that character. Let me see if I can get any data. Yeah, again. Give me that data. Give me that data. Oh, I got 2 pieces there. I got double. I forgot I unlocked that perk. So we get 20 for 1. That's good. That's good. 120. Buy our food. Get our dinner. And then let's go to sleep. So there we go, that's a cycle. Now, as this bar goes down, so does our condition. So when our bar passes this area, we lose that dice permanently until we buy ourselves a stabilizer. Oh, feeling hay fevery. And cycle. As much. Okay. Put that one in there. The other dice will re-roll once we use the 6th. Okay, spoke climate. The spoke is layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. So what have we unlocked here? Send a car. Go to the hub. Ooh. I can't even read what that is. Side real dock. What have we got here? Scout the dock. Side reel has been loaded and prepped among the commotion. Is it possible to find a way on board? Go on then. 100% positive. Reroll these. Oh, yes. Do it again. 25% negative, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, fucking hell, I did that in one go. That's how we roll. Quite the achievement. Oh, this caster? Low end data fence. Okay. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Cedra Sellers must be proud. You recognise the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turn to see him hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor? I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tavla a little difficult. He smiles broadly. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale chunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at Haven Age Shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. They screwed us. I know, he sighs, meeting your eye. An ugly business. Salis are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic that they know. He gestures out at the side reel. You know why they built this monstrosity on the eye? Money? That was part of it, perhaps, but there are cheaper shipyards. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Salis built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead, and secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. By the way, ads are starting in literally just a second. If you're new around here, I only do one ad break per hour. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people locked in cryosleep, like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Salis wants to send them out on a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You are like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it, as long as you're on board. With you on the side reel, and with some minor modifications, he pauses, you can be my eyes and ears. I'll keep track of Salis' grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm going to need you to help me. Who are you? I'm a concerned party, someone who likes to know what is happening and when it is happening, not afterwards. It's not just me? Yes, your friend Lem, that can be arranged. Yes. It's difficult but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor clunks close to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side reel. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there is a Sellers Foundation ship docked in the new empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Is the game political? That's a good question. It's not. It's nowhere near to the extent of Disco, but it does have that kind of more kind of in a way of kind of like how corporations kind of work, and basically like being fucked over by corpos, essentially, that kind of thing. No, you can't become communist on this one. I wish, but no, yeah, it's more kind of like companies trying to fuck you over, basically, and kind of corruption, that kind of side of stuff that I've discovered so far. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Solace aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station, and you'll need to get on board if you want access to the Airward servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news, he smiles. I noticed his importance to you, and the little one's so cute. You don't extract the data before the Sidereal Horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you're certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act Sleeper, once you take the data from Solace, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You are bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around as if to empathize his point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure. Make your decision. Are we coming to the end of the game? With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the Sidereal Horizon and the part it may play in your future. I want this ending. Just because I want Lem. I want to go with Lem and Mina. So what do I need to do? Sidereal will set out. You either be on board or not. It depends on your decisions on me. Right, Pugford, so do I go back there in that amount of days? There's nothing. What do I need to do? It said about data. Escape on the Sidereal. Still the Solace data. Oh, that would be in the data. Keynotes. There's something down there. Keynotes. It's all just keynotes here. AE1 mainframe. Ah, here we go. You slot navigator and the clamps lock. The ship mind is stuck. How are you going to get them out of this thing? You slip into the clouds as easy as blinking. Navigator is beside you. Their Sophia casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look. A center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, rootless, branchless tree. Only the trunk remains. Is Killer even here? Quiet, Navigator hisses, and then you see it like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out. Then it appears again, elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. It's looking for us. The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it's not an edge, but the ridge of a long, sharp head, like a shark. It glides past, closer now, and you see into the voids where its eyes should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to Navigator to talk. You saw it too then. Killer has been blinded. How? Unclear. The protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. Navigators' sons dull as they drop their voice to a whisper. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator and notice something strange. Their Ori of Spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point. Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the array together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic. It's a trap. You go to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now if Navigator cannot move, then it's only a matter of time before one of the killer's sweeps brings them directly through Navigator, and time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. You look desperately around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. Then you see it. 3 branches, the last 3 thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these and the mainframe collapses once and for all, severing the connection, shattering the hardware. Whatever it takes, they must be broken. But they're encased in something, a glassy layer of protection. You'll need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe for good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, and then you blink back to reality. Their expression of fear and an after image that slowly fades. You must act quickly. Well, shit out. Unlock branch. Okay. Well, we are just gonna... Oh wait, there's different branches? AE branch. Right, we need encrypted keys. Okay. Let's descend. Go back to the rim. Like an agent. Where do we find the where do we find the data for Salus? We can't get like another encrypted key. Is there no encrypted keys here? No, there ain't. Is that 1 or 2? 2. For whom which drive? For Salus. Still the Salus data. I'll get this because I need to use that and I need money. I also need money to cross the other side. Oh, it was Haven Edge. Oh, it's in the shipyard. There's a ship. What, up at the top? Oh, that's the wrong place. Right, to the tea house we go. Oh, where I met Lemon. Ah! What, in the data? Kind of like view? Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll do that one. We'll do the danger one. Nice. get some food just to be safe. And to bed we go. Okay, we've got some good ones here. Is a civilization living in this orbiting circle? Yeah. Yeah. It's like a whole civilization. It's like, it's got kind of, yeah, it's basically like a civilized ship, yeah. But yeah, there's like shipyards, there's like different kind of restaurants and things like that. Oh, that was one critical action, okay. If these are risky, oh no, I can use them all. I can use them all. 100% positive. I'll go up to 5. Okay, we can't do that anymore. I guess today. In which case, off we go. Up we go to the hub. Oh shit, what's the encrypted key? That's what we... yeah, data. Keynote 4 or 3. Just reminds me of the wall. The one that Saudi Arabia project. Which one's that? Oh, that's too good. That's too much of a good one to waste. Maybe we need like a power 4. Oh no, we don't, because that's just going to unlock that branch. We just need to break the access. Mind you, it is a perfect match. And I do want to help Neo vend. The cloud, a glint like a light traveling along the edge of a wave fills your eyes. Then the blade follows a long head with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping that it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you almost. It nicks you, grazes you, and you are desperate to call out. You hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of thought. Then the blade winks into the dark and you're alone again. Now you cry out. Ow! It's like a very long wall made of mirrors where there's buildings residence in the middle of the desert. Oh, it's thin and cramped like in the game. I see what you mean. I see. Right, we've got one more keynote that we need. Which one can we open? Did we open that one? I think we did. Yeah. Where's the next one? Okay. To bed we go. Descend. Back to the rim. They're joking that somewhere in there. Repair unit. End the cycle. Right, we're going to start getting less dice now. Just hope they're good. Okay, okay, I can work with these two. Right, back over here we go. Oh shit, we're going to do that one. 100% positive, let's do it. 53 Cairo as well. Look at that, does that mean we've got it all? I think it does. I'm sure. Oh, Castor's here. Yeah, here we go. When you arrive at Lem and Mina's unit, Castor is already waiting outside, leaning beside the door. Forgive me, Sleeper, but Salis is already buzzing with news of the breach. I was expecting you. Will this work? Don't worry, the breach cannot be traced to the specific IDs I'm about to create. Castor reaches into a pocket and produces a sleek green and white hand terminal. The data, please. Hand it over. You hand over a drive with the data, and Castor fishes around for a converter cable to hook it up. He slots it into the terminal, and after some wiring, a set of transparent films marked with numeric sequences are produced. 2 tickets to an uncertain future, Castor smiles to himself. The child will go with Lem, of course. He pockets them. These are yours, but first he holds out a white cube. Your side of the deal. What is this? Something to help us make use of you. He passes you the square and you rest it in your palm. A small, white, perfect cube. Suddenly, you feel a sharp pain and flinch. The cube jumps from your hand and rattles along the walkway. You look at Castor apologetically. Castor smiles. Not to worry, it has done its job. Now it's for you to do yours. You look down and see a tiny pinprick in the center of your palm. Nothing sinister. Castor puts the terminal away. This way, we can keep track of you and the sidereal horizon. Whatever you need to do. I'll do whatever for Lem and Mina. Excellent. Castor hands you the transparent films, and you see shimmering portraits of you and Lem flickering beneath the surface. Go give them the good news, and he reaches across and buzzes the unit. Lem slides open the door, half dressed in his gear. Sleeper, what brings you up here? Come in. He beckons you inside. You look to the side, expecting to see Castor, but the wall is empty. The unit is cleaner, better organized than last time. Lem sits at the thin bar and gestures for you to sit. Mina's with some of the local kids. Someone has started doing lessons down the way. She seems to like it. We'll sit down. You sit at the bar. What's up, Sleeper? I have some news. Oh, out with it then, Lem laughs. I have Salis IDs for us. You have? Lem freezes. How? He blinks rapidly as if to wipe you from his vision. Does that mean we're leaving? Lem stands up and paces around the unit. We have to pack. He starts laughing. Holy shit, we have to pack. He turns back to you smiling. How the hell did you swing this, Sleeper? I made a deal. What a deal. Colour me impressed. You show him the ID films and he whistles at the portraits. Impressive stuff. He pats you on the shoulder and you should stay until Mina gets home. We can tell her together. I have to go. Of course. Well, if he needs to do anything, give me a shout. He smiles warmly and then impulsively hugs you. I'll see you on the big day, all right. Take care of those passes. He laughs again at nothing in particular. You get up and go, looking one last time for Castor as you exit the unit, but he's still gone, and when you look, the cube doesn't seem to be where you dropped it. You walk back through the low end, and it sounds muffled, your ears deep in thought. We're getting out. We're getting out of here. Ascend to hub. So we just need to be there on the final day. Nothing else. Nothing else needed. Just wait for the preparations to be complete. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. In which case... do we have one more mainframe branch to do? Yes, we do. Let's go. Why is this coming up with the hub? We'll leave that for now. We'll leave that for now. Let's go on to the data section, keynode. Match that one up and extract that data. Leave. Okay. It was here where we wanted to go, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, that's the final branch unlocked. Can we go back to the mainframe? Oh wait, now we need to do that. Okay, right, okay, I get it. Right, okay, that's good. +2. +3, catch a killer. What do you want to do? Forget hacking the system. Killer has to die. If you slice the branch connections, mainframe shut down. Free navigator. Access the branches, you could redirect them to form a loop, isolating the mainframe with killer inside, but free navigator. In theory, the killer protocol can be isolated without being destroyed. Look into it. I think we should kill it. Actually, no, we'll catch it. We'll catch it. We'll catch it. Let's be sensible here. +3. And we've only got 2 left. Both of these are kind of risky, aren't they? Can we... Let's stick it in this. It goes up 1 anyway. It's only 25% negative. And we've never had anything negative, really, I don't think. Not for a good long time. I could have jinxed myself then, but I did not. Gimbal Lounge Spacer Bar. We'll go there tomorrow. Descend to the rim. Let's get some food. Some fungus. And then let's leave and go to bed. Okay. God, that's all shit. We need to re-roll. Still not great. Still not great. Rabia. Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Rabia working the heavy bag. She's hammering it, the chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since. Sabine doesn't finish the sentence. They are sitting on a stool, looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through the SNARP data you pulled all those cycles ago. Is she okay? Just angry, we all are, but you have to remember that she knew Yannick for a long time. Sabine glances nervously at Rabia. What SNARP did. Rabia stops punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabine looks over at her and you sense something between them. You realise that you haven't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in the same unit. A lot has changed since then. They hooked him up like a puppet. Rabia hits the bag, rigged that thing in his head so they could control him, pushed the old Yannick out. I don't know why he let them in. Rabia throws a few more punches, but it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yet again, shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again, she spits. Enemies to lovers? Maybe. Maybe, Gloom. She comes away from the bag. At least Yannick's death has been treated as natural. There's a chance we come back from this, that Yetigan can hold on, but there are opportunists trying to take control. Sabine turns to you. Yes, but now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants in Yetigan's enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think with time I can do the surgeries. Rabia walks away from the bag towards the far side of the unit. Those surgeries will never happen if Yetigan collapses, she shouts back at Sabine. Clearly this is a well-worn argument in this unit. Will Yetigan really collapse? I don't think so, no. Rabia doesn't either. They look over at her, at least not when she's calm. What I understand now is that Yetigan can be something if we want it to be. Coming here from SNARP, from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang, and with Yannick keeping me on a tight leash, they shudder. Rabia believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with SNR, but I doubt they are done with me. They glance away, rubbing their shoulders. Are you and Rabia? Sable fixes you with a look. Yes, Sleeper, isn't that obvious? You were right, Gloom. They smile. I've been wanting to say, Sabine begins nervously, I'm sorry I didn't tell you where I came from. I know I've apologized before, but I want to again. They pause properly. When I leaked the data on the Sleeper program, it was to try and help people like you. They grit their teeth, but after all the cycles here being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turned up, they sigh, it shook me up. They run a hand through their hair, but I ended up here, so they look at Rabia. Oh, of course. They reach into a pocket and take out a handful of vials. These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them into your hands. After these last few, I don't know what we can do. With the SNARP connection broken, they look down. But I know there are other ways, repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs out on the Greenway. Perhaps they can help. They meet your eye. I'm sorry, I can't do more. Thank you for everything. They look away, their eyes bright with tears. Rabia crosses back to you both and sits beside Sabine. They look at each other and you can't help but smile at the idea of them being together. What are you two plotting? Rabia grins. Sabine laughs and the sound is a welcome one. You watch the two of them teasing each other and smile. Later when you leave, you take out a handful of vials of your pocket and look at them. You can still feel the core of anger deep down inside and you don't know if it will ever leave. But SNARP doesn't owe you anymore. They can't, because this place, these people own you. They are what makes you get up every cycle. They are what keeps you breathing. You put the vials away and walk through the low end. Your senses tune to every sight, every smell and every sound, soaking it all in, living. There we go. Upgrade. Do we... No. I need to get, I think, 2 or 3 points for that. Okay. Right, up we go. Ascend up. Let's put more in this. I'm just going to go for the risk. 2 and 5 cryo. Let's go again. Another 2. Final one. We're not going to be lucky. Oh, we did it. That was risky. That was risky. Thanks, Bugfit. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, spun it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data, fed the lives of thousands of people, and now it's finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both look out at the perfect ring that encircled you both, woven from the data branches that once fed the mainframe. You see a glint along its edge, and that familiar blade-like head rises to the surface like the cresting fin of a shark and then slips into the loop again. All you can see of Killer's body after that is a slight thickening of the loop, and that thickening begins to travel around on a long and slow sojourn that will last forever. I'm surprised at you, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit, as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. Did you not think to end them forever? I pity them. All the more reason to end their suffering. Navigator looks at you inquisitively. This place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for many decades. They roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executing its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point they cut away from their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet they kept cutting until only those 3 threads remained. From millions that once thrummed here, only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this, those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. Navigator looks to you for your thoughts. Their sentence should be respected. So be it, but would they respect our rights equally? Navigator turns away. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There is something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from this central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time that you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It's free now. The station is no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, time, perhaps, it can be a refuge. A refuge that sounds like something of value. something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. Explore it. What? Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, I'm fixing that. Exploring more of the ship. I didn't type shit, did I? There we go. Thanks, Bugfid. Very big shop. Big shop. The greenway, it says navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it's closed off to us, separate from the cloud. What systems are inside it? A shop indeed. Maybe totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols that isolated their navigator. It turns to you, and we've now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract and access cipher, they pause and then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need, you take it, still shocked. I'm not used to being free. To being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of the station will always be friends of yours, Sleeper. And I to them. Is it true that mutual needs is required for friendship? I must admit that I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test the newfound freedom. But first I'll explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, in case the simple systems cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, and then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free without a body to weigh you down or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the greenway and its secrets, though perhaps that can wait until after you've celebrated this victory. And we've got another upgrade point. Double data. Oh no, another one for free. Wait, no, maybe we can update some pre-roll dice like 3 times. I don't know, we'll see. What's in the gimbal lounge? Buy a spacer meal. Go on then. I need some energy. I'll try it. Okay. No, I'll use that to get some data. Fuck it. There's no data left around here though. No. Right, down we go. Descend to the rim. There we go. Yeah, gun agent. Extract that data. We're setting it, Jock. We're setting it. Oh, we've got it. We've got it. So it's Haven Age. What's that other bit of data? Greenway cipher. Oh, that's how we get access to Greenway systems. Okay. That is handy to know. As we go to sleep. Off to bed we go. Wait, we got 3 stabilizers? Nice. Okay. Got some good rolls as well. How's it looking with that ship? few more cycles left. Let's finish off on the hub. Good, 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 good. And then again. Here we go. Kisho, capsules, and then something called Bliss, a ship mechanic. No way, Moritz. Oh, they look cute. You take those substandard filters back to the shitholes who sold you them. You hear the voices echoing out of the bay as you pass. And moments later, someone who you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there. The same voice echoes at the entrance. Looking for work? Who, me? Everyone on this station is looking for work. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you might have expected. She is floaty in the microgravity of the docking bay beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Help her. Alright then. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up, and then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with a wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. Feels like an idle game so cozy. It's such a cozy game, this truck. I really am liking it. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. What do you do here? Repairs, fit-ups, tear-downs. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quick by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing the unit and Bliss quietens with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. What happened? A long story. Some people just can't keep promises. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out of the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound. Its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Head to the rack. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalogue of parts sits secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall. A complex organizational system of Bliss's own design, or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. M2 converter. You grab the part and push back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm and you pass it over. The converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect, you passed. She straightens up from the unit. That's it, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. I'd be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed this place, empty the accounts to bid for jobs that we need to put down deposits. Bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We'd be part in this straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense, she manages a smile. It is pretty weird. She gives you a sideways look. Don't tease me. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money, or you find someone who has it, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you are into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract, something to get our teeth into, something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me, I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds. At the entrance, you slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean, you smile. Seems like this could be interesting. I don't really fancy paying her, though. I don't want to give her my money. 80? 80 quid? What else is there? If I've got some money left over, place to sleep on the hub, hacked, word in the ring, there's surprising expenses to rent. Rent a capsule. I don't want to rent a capsule. Right, if I go down, let me see how much it is to cross here. Founder's Gap. 80. Start the action. Does this mean I can come back and forth whenever? Yeah, cool. To the Greenway. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Is that Eshe? Stubborn XPR spacer. Sorry, I always apologise. She adjusts a strap on his shoulder, holding up a hand in recognition before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Thank you. Peak. Eshe stands further down the corridor, glorying at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor or whatever end she's rushing to. Peak raises their eyebrows at you. Eshe, please, do you want everyone in this station to hate us? Eshe hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Cordon? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Eshe sighs. I'm not saying that they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. The Briar? That's our ship, Peak explains. Peak, Eshe rolls her eyes. What are you doing? Peak ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Havenage has cordoned off from entering the station. Eshe interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Eshe. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Eshe interrupting, but Eshe turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping, Peak finishes. That's terrible. Eshe looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peak, please. Eshe gathers herself and the supplies. Eshe, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peak turns to you. Come find us. The climbing Briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the Greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Eshe turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Eshe shouts back down the corridor, "Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all." And with that, they disappear around the corridor, Eshe already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Okay, we've got a new drive there, so can we find this ferry? Oh, then we go down Greenway. We've got these to kind of look around. Overgrown by Sophia. Let's go green to... You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this one and just hope. Fuck. I fucked it. Reroll. Shit. Oh yeah, there's no data here, is there? Oh wait, there was... Greenway Gate. There we go. Let's see what's been unlocked. The Greenway rolls beneath you like a slit-choked river. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has access to these networks since the collapse. The Hunter and Killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder? Does it look so dark? Is it just a bit of rot has set in, an atrophy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch the slotted cipher fizzles in the open, and the one open, distort a gateway on this entire room of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you are falling into the flow. Oh shit, I skipped. Oh, there we go. A river of swirling darkness. You're spun by it, twisted by it, and lost in it. It's not that Greenway was hiding in the darkness, it's made of darkness. It's filled by the substance, this process, this swarm. Now you are among it. You notice that a swarm is exactly what it is. 1 billion individuals moving in a flow. There is no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points, shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them, a figure turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. They're facing away, at least you think so. They're so fractured and so overgrown that it's hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch silent as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trampling soil. They move away, go a little further, and repeat the process as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster, and they quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path and figure, but they are long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dappled light of the Greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. So there is a goal here.
Looks like it shit itself, doesn't it? Maybe it has. I don't know how human it is.
How do you get the timing so good, Pugford? I can't. How do you do it? Oh, fucking hell. I can't. Are Feng's here? I forgot that Feng's over here. When you enter the service dock, Feng is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal, bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home. Sleeper, what do you think? Turns out not everyone in Haven Age is set against me. A couple of my old systems pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. Nice kit. Feng does a mock bow. Any updates? Feng beckons you over. He has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of derelict rim is blotchy with a bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? Feng shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up and concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Hardin has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly here. Why? They're planning something no one needs. Hundreds of heavy-duty reclamation drones to run this kind of operation. Maybe Hardin masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the wastes, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap of the eye. Feng looks worried, and why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Haven Age knows another corporation is setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the greenway is a total dark zone. No data can come in or out. We can't hack them. We can't from here. He turns and winks. That's why I'm going to pay them a visit. How? You forget Haven Age come in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in as long as no one I know sees me. He grimaces playfully. But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up the nodes in their network and we can work in tandem. It's a massive facility buried deep down there, miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars, so it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pockets and hands them to you. These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage, so make them count. I modify them slightly this time so they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they're tunneling into, creating a nasty feedback loop. We run it just like we did with the agents, hack the nodes, I ping to locate ports for the security system, and then slot the worms in those systems and then let them go to town. He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm that'll fry the perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility. After you kick things off, you see me pop up a security system, a server bank. You need to break in and slot a ripper to disable it as soon as you can. And if I can't, Feng gives you a hard look. You miss a system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me. Simple as that. He claps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one, so I'm gonna let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot in that first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. Got it. Don't worry, you can run rings around the protocols, I've seen it. Feng gets up. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations and then slot the worm. He stretches. Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need and end this whole thing no matter what. He crouches to check the terminal. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that. He stands up. Oh, and one last thing. He lowers his voice. If I get caught or you can't reach me or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do. What? You take whatever I've managed to pull at that point, all the data, and you slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. He points to a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm. I repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal slate or a server, the eye will see it. That means Haven Age yet again, and the hub, everyone. No matter what, Hardin isn't snaking away this time, he grins. I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm, I'll make my move. He gives you a parting smile and then turns back to the terminal. The nerves hit as you make your way out the server dock. Time to prepare yourself. Feels like the endgame. It does. We've got a few options, haven't we, of different bits to do. I want to go on the ship, though. That's what I want. Tracking Ashton. Oh yeah, for Ankita. Okay, let's go for that and just see what we get back. Fuck. Okay, we're nearly dead. We're nearly dead. I'm getting too cocky. Is what I'm learning. Let's just get the food and go to bed. To bed we go. Oh, right. How long have we got until we go? 3 more cycles left. Cross to the greenway. Let's put some more in here. Oh, that's -1. Fuck it, we'll just go with this. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. What have we got here though? Farm stacks. If you get caught stealing, there's no way you'll be able to work in the stacks. Simple as that. Work for the stacks. We need money. We need money. Oh, that brings it down one. It's only 25%, which should be fine. 11 cryo. Oh, that gave us a 6. 50% positive, 50% negative. Neutral. We'll go for that. 2. Oh, we lost some energy though. Back to the rim. Garner seed. Where the fuck do we plant that? I do not know. Let's get some food. And back to bed we go. There is an ad break starting, by the way, in 1 minute. I am... Oh, I see. Your energy goes down like that. Let's get some more food just to get up. I am just going to go for a quick break just to stretch my legs. So I will see you just on the other side of the ad break. That reminds me to switch my screen to BRB on the vertical view. There we go. Right, I will literally be right back. I'll see you on the other end of this ad break. Thank you so much for sticking around if you do through the ads. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. So thank you so much. And I'll just be a couple of minutes. I am back. Thank you so much for hanging around and waiting. I really do appreciate it a lot, so thank you so much. Okay, right, back to... Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, no, we had 3 more cycles. But there, back to the Greenway. We go. Mushroom groves, that's what we need. We need reroll caps. Danger. Oh, stick that in there, stick that in there. Yes. Give me more, give me more. Oh, that's just energy, fuck. 2 spores. Fuck off. Cross to the rim. Hey, Pugford. Emotes are so cute as always. How many caps? I think it was 3. It was 3. Back to bed. Greenway. Right, we'll use that one here. Hopefully we get that final 2. Oh wait, I don't lose energy. Oh, it's 100% positive, it's fine. 2 going green. Let's give it a new drive. We'll look at that in a second. I just remembered I needed to get more food. I'm gonna go up here because it seems to fully get all your energy back up. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here, Gimple Lounge. Spacer meal, please. There we go. Look at that, beautiful. Descend to the rim. Back to the Greenway. Mushroom Grove. Give me the mushrooms. Hope I can get another one. One more, please. Just energy. And back to sleep. End the cycle. Oh yeah, those are the worms. And this is where we leave. There's a crowd, but you spot Lem and Mina immediately as you enter the dock. They are waiting at the cordon, where Sull's security are checking the crew to board the ship. Those that manage to get up to the hub are crowded near the entrance, but even they know their chance of getting on board has long gone. Just realised that Microsoft just released their version of Linux. Have they? Really? Is that a big thing? I feel like it might be. Oh yeah. Weird. Lem spots you among the crowd. Sleeper, we're here. They're standing beside a bag which looks to carry all the possessions that they have. It's small enough to be carried in one hand. You ready? Say hi, Mina, to Mina first. Mina is vibrating with excitement. She seems strangely at home in the microgravity, but then you remember that she has spent her whole life in space. Hi, robot. You hand over the seller's ID film to Lem, keeping your own. He turns back and forth. He turns it back and forth in the light. Where did your friend even get this picture, Sleeper? Looks like my old Conway ID. You look, and a shimmering younger Lem stares out of the film, harder and clean cut. I spoke to the guard here. He nods to the white and green clad security officer. They'll be doing orientation role assignment on board. Sounds like we're going to be working under the core crew. Kind of like an intern. He laughs. What do you think, Meanie? Am I too old to be an intern? Following Lem's lead, you inspect your ID, and as you lift the film up to the light, you see something strange. Something that makes you flinch. The face printed in this film is one you recognize immediately, but it's not you. At least it's not how you look now. You squint at this ghost, confused why you hadn't noticed earlier. It's a picture you remember being taken, a memory that you didn't know you had. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. You remember the SNR employee who helped you in, her smile clean and surgical. You freeze in place, thinking of thinking of the you that still sleeps somewhere in an SNR facility that won't wake until you're recovered and disposed of, and now you're leaving. Will they ever wake up? Sleeper, Lem interrupts your thoughts. These guys want us to board. You stare at him without thinking, then notice the guard is gesturing to you. Both come forward. You all kick off and float over to them, steadying yourselves on the guardrail. You hang back, letting Lem present his ID film first. The guard slides it across a white machine, much like the one Castor printed them from. You reflexively rub the puncture mark on your hand, even though there is no trace of it now. It seems to be your destiny to be someone else's tool. You're about to test it right now. Let me know what it's like. Lem and Mina are waved through, the guard smiling at her excited face. Lem turns back to you to check you are coming. The guard beckons you closer. Let's board. You shake off your doubts and hand over your ID film. The guard barely looks at it as they pass it through the scanner and wave you through. A new life built from old things. You okay? Lem asks, concerned. As you catch up with him, you were so slow, robot, Mina teases, grabbing at you with small hands. I'm just making sure. Lem nods, and then you realize how much harder it must have been for him to cross that threshold. Mina struggles in his arms, trying to get you and Lem relent, struggling with both the bag and his daughter. Mina tumbles through the microgravity and grabs onto your clothes for purchase, pulling herself into your arms. You all proceed up to the walkway, the entrance to the docking bridge yawning wide in above you. Are we family, robot? Mina asks as you move, taking you by surprise. I'm gonna cry! I guess so. Mina smiles and presses her head against your chest, pleased by your answer. You keep moving up into the docking bridge and then along that thin glass-walled connector. All the time Mina clutching onto you, the lack of gravity means she can't feel her way. Only the grip of her small hands on your clothes. You both stare wide-eyed at the vast hull of the sidereal horizon and try to think of this huge machine as a home. Later, when you settle in your bunk, after Mina has finished running back and forth between you and Lem with an endless and infectious excitement, you find yourself looking at your ID film once more. Somehow, since the last time you looked at it, the image seems to have changed. It's still a picture of the old you, the person that signed up to have their consciousness copied and placed into the ownership of SNR. But something else has crept into the image, an underlying sense of self-identification. This is also a picture of you now. The you that survived the eye, that made friends here, that found a way out, that escaped against all odds. The other you might never wake up, they might never live again. But so be it, they consigned you to a doomed life for their own gain. Their life is yours now, and you will live it better than they ever could. You lie back on your bunk as the thrust of the sidereal's vast engines kick in. This rumble will be your constant companion for the next decades. It will be there when you work, when you watch Mina grow, when you dream of the planet at the end of the journey. It will stay with you when your body starts to fail, despite the best attempts of Lem and Mina, as the years stack up and it exceeds its safe operating period by a decade. It will be the thing that you wake up to in those rare moments of consciousness, between which Mina will keep you in a frozen state in the hope of preserving you until your destination is reached. It will still be there when Mina wakes you, tears in her eyes, and tells you of Lem's inevitable death, and it will not relent, despite your desire for a moment of silence. It will be the final thing that you hear as Mina shuts down all but the most vital of all your functions, and hopes beyond hope that you make it to your final destination, all the while doubting that you will. But for now, in this moment of departure, it's still a new sound, a new feeling, and because of this, it's filled with the promise of the future. And so you settle back in your bunk and close your eyes, and the moments you are sleeping a perfect dreamless sleep, the most peaceful that you can ever remember. What a game. What a game. Are you crying, Pugford? Thank you so much for the recommendation, Pugford. I really, really liked it. I really, really liked it. I thought it was great. That was a really good game. If I click continue, is it up to the last cycle? Should we still play around and just see what there was? Did you go back and do the other endings? Let's do that. I don't think I've ever really played a game quite like this. In terms of it all being text-based. And let me tell you, I loved it. The writing's really good. It's so addictive. There's a lot left. Really? Oof. I don't know whether to do it on stream or not. So is there like loads left? Like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours all down here? Fucking hell, this is quite long, isn't it? This is like a long... 5 or 6 more hours? And what's the DLC? So I'm kind of tempted to do the other endings off stream, potentially. Just because I really like that being... I really like that ending. Oh, is this part of the DLC? Oh, so the Greenway's the DLC? I can't decide what I want to do. Oh, the cordon that's right at the end. So I have the DLC in this game. And the Briar. Oh, it was free DLC. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to decide what to play now. Because I think I want to do the other endings off stream and make it a kind of chill game. Like, I like that being the end because I really like that ending. And there's been that thread with Lem and Mina throughout. But let's say we go for another half an hour or so. I don't know what to stream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream now, by the way, on YouTube, just so that everything is all condensed into this final kind of VOD. So if you've been watching YouTube and you want to see more, come on over to Twitch, same name, Alex Jet Brown, and you can also watch back to all the previous VODs of this